All right, so welcome back to the basement. It's Andrew here, riding solo tonight, but as always, we're going to bring you that top-level content from the lower level. So what we're actually doing here today is we're going to do our WrestleMania recap, give you the results of actually our predictions and see how we done. A little bit of a backup story. I am a huge wrestling fan, been a wrestling fan all my life, been to lots of shows, met lots of wrestlers, been in the ring with Kurt Angle, AJ Styles, everybody like that. Drew, he was a wrestling fan growing up, WCW, ECW, WWF, a little bit of WWE, watched it on and off. Hunter, however, that was his very first wrestling event to watch. So WrestleMania 41 was his very first time. So if you kept up with our YouTube page, you'll see on night 1 and night 2, we released 2 different videos giving our predictions of each night and how they went. So we're going to dive into that real quick. Let's see who did the best. Put down in the comments right now, who do you think had the best overall record? Me, Drew, or Hunter? The results may surprise you. So let's look. We got night 1 here. We had Jade Cargill and Naomi. Wasn't too impressed with the match, honestly. But the winner of the match was Jade Cargill. Hunter and Drew picked Naomi. I picked Jade Cargill. So that's where we're at. The next match actually was supposed to be Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano, Chad Gable. However, Rey Mysterio was hurt, and they replaced him with Rey Fenix. El Grande actually won, and Hunter actually picked El Grande to win, whereas me and Drew, we stuck with our roots with Rey Mysterio because that's who we thought it was at the time. The next match was a United States Championship match, Jacob Fatu and LA Knight. All 3 of us went with Jacob Fatu. You know, he dog-walked him. What can we say? Then we had that Tag Team Championship match. You had the War Raiders versus the New Day. New Day won it. They took the belts home. That was Drew's pick. He correctly picked at that. Me and Hunter went with the War Raiders. We didn't win. Then you had the Women's Championship match. You had Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton. And Charlotte Flair was Drew's pick. She lost. Tiffany Stratton won, kept her belt. Me and Hunter picked that. Then you had your World Heavyweight Championship match, Jey Uso and Gunther. They kind of made fun of Gunther's name because they never heard of him. I think he's a legit badass, but we all went with Jey Uso because, I mean, why not? Yeet. So we all did that. We successfully picked that. Then you had your triple threat match where it was CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins was your winner. Unfortunately, none of us picked this match right. I went with CM Punk. Hunter and Drew went with Roman Reigns. They acknowledged the Tribal Chief. So for your night 1 recap, your night 1 results, Drew went 3-4, and me and Hunter went 4-3. So there's a two-way tie for first place. Drew coming in last on that. So we skip over to night 2, where we start off in our predictions. No particular order. This is the order that Google gave me. So we didn't actually have the match card line up at that current time. But the first match was AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. Hunter immediately was like, I don't watch wrestling, but I know Logan Paul. I don't like him. I'm going against him. So we all picked AJ Styles. Unfortunately, AJ Styles lost because of some interference. So none of us picked that match correctly. The next one was a Sin City Street Fight where it was Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Me and Drew went with Damian Priest. We thought he was on that uphill climb. Fortunately, Drew McIntyre kicked his head through a steel chair, and Hunter picked that match correctly. Then you had a 4-way match with Braun Breaker, Dominic, Dirty Dom Mysterio, Penta, and Finn Balor. I went with Penta. I thought he had the momentum. Hunter and Drew went with Dirty Dom, and he won. What can I say? Congratulations to Dirty Dom. Then we had a Women's Tag Team Championship match with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus, it was supposed to be Bayley and Valkyrie, but Bayley was hurt, so Becky Lynch actually made her debut. And we all picked Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Sorry about that. One of my kids tried to walk in. So we all got that wrong. We're not doing very good on this card, as you could tell. None of us we're not picking very well. The fourth match was a triple threat match with Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair for the women's title. We all went Rhea Ripley. Why not, right? And she lost. Io Sky actually picked up that win, and none of us picked that right. The last match was John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. Me being the old school wrestling fan, Cena finally turns heel. I went with Cena. Hunter, he knows who Cena is. He went with Cena. Drew, thinking it's the night 2 WrestleMania main event. It's not going to have a finish. We're going to drag this out to SummerSlam. That's what he said. So he picked no winner. So as you know, John Cena actually won. So me and Hunter was correct. For our night 2 results, being Drew at 1-5, me at 1-5, and Hunter at 3-3. So the overall results, we're going to start at the third place, is Drew at 4-9. Then you had me at second place at 5-8. And then you had Hunter, who's never watched wrestling before, only knows these wrestlers from movies or a TikTok that may pop up or a YouTube short that might pop up, was 7-6. He had a winning record and actually beat us that have watched wrestling 30-plus years of our lives. Not quite sure how to view that, but that's how it went. I hope you guys enjoyed our little prediction videos. We're actually going to start doing this more often. We actually already looked at Backlash here next month. We're going to release a prediction video of that and maybe actually venture off into some UFC events. That would be good. Hunter knows all those guys. I follow UFC, but I don't know any of these newer dudes. So, yeah, we may venture into that. If that's something that you like, subscribe, share, send this out to everybody. But definitely hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this and you're not following or not subscribing, come on, man. It's just one click. It's just one click button. Turn that little bell notification on. I appreciate you guys. This top level content from the lower level. It's the basement. Thank you.